So, there we were. The air was thick with anticipation, the kind that only comes before a spectacle you know will be talked about for years to come. The John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, a place that usually hosts ballet, symphonies and the highest forms of culture had now Hidalbayan, Distanis and Quaitur, Tram, Tran, and Dalm, in dance formed for one surreal night into a stage for the absurd. The velvet seats and golden balconies seemed almost out of place, as if the building itself was holding its breath, waiting to see what would unfold. On Friday, December 5th, under the glare of spotlights and the gaze of the world's media, FIFA President Gianni Infantino strode out onto the stage. He looked every bit the part, confident, polished, and ready to present the first ever FIFA Peace Prize, a new award that no one had asked for, but everyone was curious to see. A Peace Prize from FIFA, the same organization that gave us a World Cup in Qatar, a decision still debated in headlines and living rooms around the globe. The irony was lost on no one, least of all the journalists in the back row, scribbling notes with raised eyebrows, and the recipient, none other than Donald J. Trump. The announcement sent a ripple through the crowd, a mix of disbelief, amusement, and, for some, genuine excitement. The crowd, a strange blend of FIFA officials, political operatives and Trump loyalists, erupted in applause that was both deafening and strangely hollow. It was the kind of applause that fills a room but leaves an echo of uncertainty behind. Infantino praised Trump's exceptional actions to promote peace and unity. Which actions, exactly? No one could say, and the question seemed to hang in the air, unanswered and perhaps unanswerable. Trump accepted the medal with the gravity of a man winning an Oscar and a lifetime supply of Big Macs. He grinned, basking in the spotlight, as if this moment was the culmination of a long, improbable journey. Without waiting for ceremony or protocol, he immediately put the medal around his own neck, perfectly on brand, a move that drew both laughter and groans from the audience. The trophy itself was a spectacle, two golden hands cradling a globe. It was meant to be a symbol of unity, but as I later joked to a friend, it looked suspiciously like a gilded butt plug, an object as confusing as the event itself. The whole event was shiny, expensive, and ultimately pointless for the rest of humanity. The decorations sparkled, the champagne flowed, but outside these walls, the world spun on, largely unaffected. It was pure political theater, a dazzling distraction from the far less peaceful reality brewing just off stage. Protesters gathered outside, their chants muffled by the thick glass and heavy curtains, a reminder that not everyone was buying the spectacle. The ceremony was a masterstroke of pageantry, designed to distract from the real tensions simmering in the Caribbean and beyond. As the lights dimmed and the applause faded, it was clear. This was a night that would be remembered not for its substance, but for its sheer, surreal audacity. The FIFA Peace Prize didn't exist before last week. In fact, if you tried searching for it in any official record, you'd come up empty. There's no long-standing tradition, no dusty archive, not even a Wikipedia stub. It's as if the idea materialized overnight, conjured up in a boardroom with a shrug and a smirk. It wasn't a tradition, it was invented out of thin air like reality TV or diet water. One moment, nothing. The next, a shiny new accolade, ready for its close-up. It's the kind of thing you'd expect from a magician, not the world's football governing body. FIFA, best known for football and, allegedly, brown paper envelopes, suddenly decided it was a global arbiter of peace. The organization famous for its scandals and backroom deals now wanted to play peacemaker, as if a trophy could erase decades of controversy. Why now? Why Trump? Context is everything. Timing, as always, is suspiciously perfect. The world wasn't exactly clamoring for a FIFA Peace Prize. So why roll it out now, and why hand it to this particular recipient? Trump, snubbed for the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize, needed validation. He'd spent years angling for global recognition, only to be left out in the cold when the big moment arrived. The Nobel went to Maria Corina Machado, not Trump, despite his years of campaigning. The headlines were clear. Machado was celebrated. Trump was sidelined. For someone who craves the spotlight, that stings. Enter FIFA, with the 2026 World Cup coming to the US and Trump as Kennedy Center board chair. Suddenly, the stars aligned for a convenient partnership, with both sides eager for a little extra attention. What better way to keep him happy than a shiny new toy? It's the political equivalent of handing a toddler an iPad, a distraction, a reward, and a headline all in one. The award was a preemptive favor, a transaction disguised as an honor. It's less about peace and more about mutual benefit, a handshake behind the scenes dressed up as a grand gesture. FIFA needed Trump's cooperation. Trump needed a prize to wave for the cameras. Both got what they wanted: a photo op, a headline, and a veneer of legitimacy. Infantino's speech was just wrapping paper on a very cynical gift. The words sounded grand, but the intent was as transparent as cellophane. A win-win, if you ignore dignity, credibility, and the concept of peace itself. In the end, the only thing truly honored was the art of the deal. While the champagne flowed at the Kennedy Center, a different drama was unfolding to the south. As Trump was celebrated as a peacemaker, his administration was steering the U.S. toward conflict with Venezuela. The cognitive dissonance was staggering, like giving an arsonist an award for fire safety. The Trump administration had just seized a Venezuelan oil tanker, calling it sanctions enforcement. Venezuela called it piracy. This was more than posturing. It was the kind of move that precedes war. Trump's rhetoric was anything but peaceful, framing intervention as restoring democracy, but the smell of oil was thick in the air. On one channel, Trump the dove. On the other, Trump the hawk. The Peace Prize was for what, exactly? Not starting a war yet? While FIFA polished its golden globes, the gears of the American war machine were grinding into motion. Let's call this what it is. Not a peace prize, but an appease prize. It's less about celebrating diplomacy, and more about soothing egos, especially when those egos are as outsized as Trump's. This was about placating Trump, not honoring peace. The ceremony was a carefully staged performance, designed to keep him content and cooperative. Think of Trump as a dragon, and the FIFA award as a golden trinket left outside his cave to keep him calm. It's a classic move: offer a shiny object, and the beast stays quiet, at least for a while. Trump's history with flattery is well documented. He craves trophies the way the rest of us crave oxygen. For him, every award is proof of his greatness, a validation he can display and boast about. Remember the fake Time magazine covers at his golf clubs? He's always been obsessed with the optics of success, even if he has to manufacture them. This is just a bigger version. The FIFA trophy is simply the latest, most extravagant addition to his collection of self-affirming memorabilia. If it's shiny and has his name on it, it's real to him. The substance doesn't matter. What matters is the spectacle, the applause, the moment in the spotlight. That's why I called it the FIFA Appease Prize. It's not about merit, but about managing a personality that thrives on attention. It reframes the event as a transaction. FIFA gets a compliant host. Trump gets a new talking point. Both sides walk away with what they want, but the exchange is hollow. The only losers: truth, integrity, and actual peace. The real values behind such awards are left shattered on the floor, replaced by empty gestures. The award is fake in prestige but real in political function. It's a tool, a prop, a means to an end, rather than a genuine recognition of achievement. It's a case study in handling a validation-hungry leader. Don't challenge, don't reason, just distract with something shiny. The strategy is as old as politics itself. The FIFA Peace Prize is the gold-plated centerpiece of that Potemkin village. It's all surface, no substance, a glittering distraction masking the lack of real progress. If you can't beat them, and joining them feels too dirty, just keep them busy with a trophy. It's a compromise that says more about the givers than the receiver. In the end, it's a monument to distraction over substance, a gleaming symbol of how far some will go to manage egos, even if it means sacrificing meaning for spectacle. To grasp the absurdity of the FIFA prize, compare it to the Nobel Peace Prize. One is a globally respected honor with a century of history. The other was invented last Tuesday by a football organization. The 2025 Nobel went to Maria Corina Machado, a true advocate for democracy in Venezuela. Trump, meanwhile, had not championed her cause. His focus was on strongman tactics. The Nobel Committee honored grassroots activism. FIFA handed out a consolation prize. It's the political equivalent of your mom saying your macaroni necklace is prettier than the crown jewels. Trump's acceptance of the FIFA prize only underscored his need for validation, no matter the source. The FIFA award devalues the very idea of a peace prize, suggesting peace can be bought and sold. In the tale of these two trophies, one stands for ideals, the other for ego. And in 2025, ego got the shinier paperweight. The moment the news broke, late-night TV hosts had a field day. Jimmy Kimmel called the prize deeply pathetic, likening it to NASCAR handing out Peabody Awards. Seth Meyers mocked Trump's sudden love for soccer, noting his opinions shift with whoever's praising him. Stephen Colbert called it another participation trophy for Trump, a reward for showing up, not for winning at peace. The consensus: this wasn't an honor, it was a joke. The FIFA prize was a trophy for being powerful enough that people felt they had to give you one. Our job was simply to read the punchline out loud. The world laughed because the story was already a punchline. One hilarious subplot: Trump's instant conversion into a soccer superfan. For years he'd treated soccer with disdain. Too foreign, not American enough. His base agreed. Soccer was for others, not real Americans. Then, with a medal around his neck, Trump declared, "I love soccer." The speed of this pivot was breathtaking. A lifelong cat hater suddenly loving cats because one brought him a gift. Trump's allegiances aren't to principles, but to praise. If you flatter him, whatever you represent is suddenly wonderful. Soccer didn't change, only FIFA's tribute to him did. Yesterday, soccer was for losers. Today, he loves it. This flip-flop is more than funny. It's a window into his transactional worldview. Alliances can be bought with flattery, positions abandoned for personal gratification. Tomorrow, if curling gives him a medal, it'll be the new king of sports. Beneath the absurdity lies a message about America's changing role in the world. The Peace Prize, juxtaposed with looming conflict in Venezuela, signals a shift from global policeman to transactional power broker. America is no longer the leader of the free world, but one of the 5 crime families, carving up spheres of influence. The language of democracy is replaced by deals and leverage. Intervention in Venezuela isn't about spreading freedom, but securing resources and regional dominance. The FIFA prize is an endorsement of this new reality, an international body playing along with might makes right politics. The old rules are gone, the new game is appeasing the powerful. What have we learned? The line between sport and politics is gone. FIFA isn't neutral, it's a powerful actor with its own interests. When those interests align with placating a world leader, principles become negotiable. The World Cup is big business, and this prize was just a cost of doing business. We're living in an age of spectacle, where fake prizes distract from real wars. It's a masterclass in media manipulation, shiny objects to draw our gaze from the real story. The Peace Prize is a monument to a world where validation is manufactured and peace is a branding exercise. When you see a grand award, always ask, who benefits? Is this an honor or a transaction? Sometimes a Peace Prize is a genuine recognition. Sometimes, it's just a golden butt plug to keep the boss happy. It's our job to know the difference.